Hey everyone, Nick here from Talking Cardboard, and today I'm with a special guest, Thibaut, Thibaut from the board game publishing company Triton Noir, and he is in fact the designer of the game V-Sabotage, which we'll be doing a playthrough today, but also the founder of Triton Noir, if I'm correct, Thibaut?
Yeah.
So, thanks for joining us today. And on my screen right now is the Kickstarter crowdfunding page for V-Sabotage. And just to clarify one point, the original game was called V-Commandos and changed now to V-Sabotage. We don't need to get into the nitty-gritty detail. If there's a simple explanation, Thibaut, I'll default to your comment on that.
Yes, we were forced to change the name by another publisher who thought that the V-Commandos name was too close from their games, so we had to change it. So
understood. So
we did that.
But not to be, just to clarify, it's still a basically from the same game, different name. And this new crowdfunding campaign offers a new expansion called the Ghost expansion. As you can see, I've already pledged for that since I own the core V-Commandos game. And in addition then to that Ghost expansion, that's new content, they also are giving an opportunity for newcomers to the game to pledge for the core game. And then also there's miniatures now being added, which before the units were just these little discs. I'm trying to scroll to a good image of the previous units in the game, and now there's an option, an add-on option to have miniatures if you choose that. In fact, I actually really appreciate the discs that were offered in the base game, just because I'm one to always feel that I need my miniatures painted, and it takes time to paint the miniatures. So I'm like, man, these discs already had the artwork on them, and they look really cool. And there's also upgrade content too for the original game, people that own the original game content. So I personally then got the upgrade pack for the core box, the Resistance expansion, as well as the third expansion, which I'm blanking on the
Secret Weapons.
Secret Weapons, thank you, Thibaut.
Yeah.
So I know I kind of scrolled through the Kickstarter page for this campaign relatively quickly. So definitely after you watch the video, go back and check this game out if it sounds like it interests you. Pre-ordering, the Kickstarter campaign has ended now, but pre-ordering is still available. So again, definitely check out the Kickstarter page if you like what you see. And so now transitioning to the Tabletopia mod for V-Sabotage. And I guess just real quick, any big major points that I missed that you wanted to add in there, Thibaut, on the V-Sabotage Deluxe game?
Yes, it's a really deluxe. You can still buy the core game as it was at the time, but you can now add 2 box to deluxify your game, and it's really your choice. I mean, some people prefer the tokens, some prefer the minis, so you have the choice between both now. And the game was released in 2016. So, and we polished it with time, getting all the players' feedback. So each print we do, we polish the rules, the cards, and etc. So there is no major changes, but it's more examples, changing a sentence from here to there. So it's better now. Yes.
And in a nutshell, a V-Sabotage I'd classify it as a tactical World War II board game, and with a heavy element of stealth strategy, which isn't surprising probably by the name V-Commandos / V-Sabotage. So with that said, I'll give the floor to Thibaut to kind of give a overview of the game and brief explanation of the rules, and then we'll get started with the scenario.
Okay, so maybe one thing we didn't say that it's a cooperative game.
Yeah.
So it's important. So every player controls one or more commandos. You can also play solo, which is, I think, very appreciated. I think on BGG the favorite number of players is one. So I think most players maybe play solo. In my opinion, it's better to play with more people because it's a very tactical game. You have lots of tactical decisions to make, and it's better to have several brains and discuss and plan together. I think it's more fun, in my opinion, but it's just my opinion. But playing the game solo, I think it's an intellectual challenge. But many people like that, so it's perfect too. So yes, we all decide we can choose a commando. Each commando can be flipped. The card can be flipped to have a variation of the commando. So at the beginning of the game, you decide, I'm going to flip this one. You decide the side you want to play. And you will have different skills depending on the size, and sometimes different equipment, etc. So it's always interesting to decide this before playing. So in fact, you have 5 commandos to choose from, but 2 sides for each commando. So and some sides are very different depending on the commandos. So the game is based on stealth, and the first thing I like to explain is how stealth work. So I'm going to take a commando. I'm moving on a tile, random tile. So you can see in the game we have 3 types of tiles. We have the medium tiles, like this one. We have small tiles, like these ones. And we have large tiles, like this one. And the gameplay is different. The stealth gameplay is different depending on the side of the tile. So, for example, let's say I'm on this tile and I want to move and enter a tile with an enemy. You can see here. So I move my token here, and I have to do a stealth check. So I'm just going to grab the die. So I have to roll the die. If I manage. Sorry. Oh yes, okay.
Oh, nice.
So and it's a 6. So it's okay. If I roll the die on a side where I have an eye like this, I would be spotted by the enemy. So in fact, it's not a good idea to enter a tile with an enemy. If it's the only choice you have, or you want to try your luck, you can. But I highly recommend to try to do something else, trying to move by another way or use a silent weapon to kill him from the distance. When you enter a tile, you can be spotted by the enemy. And I realized that I didn't take the correct token. So this one is correct. So the tokens are 2-sided. You have one side like this one, which is stealth. And if I flip it, it's a spotted token. And when you're spotted, we flip the alarm here, which means that you will have more reinforcements coming every round. So the game is more difficult when the alarm is activated.
Which I really like the mechanism in the game for the alarm system. It reminded me of when I first played the original Medal of Honor on PC, and sometimes the alarm would go off, and you could then try to find the alarm box where the alarm you can turn it off and.
Yes, and you can also turn it off in the game. So if you move on this tile, the tile with the alarm, and no commando are visible, you can switch off the alarm only once per map. Because of course, if you activate it another time, enemies know that you're already here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Makes sense. Yep.
So you have a second chance, but no more. So some commandos you can see on their card. Some commandos, like this guy, the officer, have silent weapons. Silent weapons can be identified because they don't have any symbol on top of the token. If I go so this is a Sten, or for those who know, so it's a silent weapon, a British silent weapon. And on the sapper, we have a bar, which is a noisy weapon, very powerful. You roll 3 dice each time you shoot, and every time that makes a hit kills an enemy. So you can kill 3 enemies with 1 shot. The Sten roll only 2 dice, but it's silent. Okay. I'm just checking on maybe we'll see that after. So I continue on the stealth. Let's say my commando is visible on this tile, for example. So when I'm visible on a tile and I move on a small tile without enemies, I become stealthy again. Okay, so you have ways to, you can, for example, do a noisy shot. It will trigger the alarm, make you visible, and then you can move away and hide yourself on another tile. Okay, it's one of the tactics you can do. So small tiles are your friends when you want to hide. Large tiles, it's the opposite. If you enter a large tile, even if there is no enemy on the tile, when you enter a large tile, you automatically become visible. So you flip your token and raise the alarm. Okay, so because it's a big open space, the advantage of large tiles is like you can do one move on this tile and you cover more distance. It's like if you were running on the tile, in fact. You see, because small tiles, you have to do one, you are here, you have to do one move to go here, one move to go here. On the large tile, you move faster, but you're visible. And on the third type of tile is the medium tiles. And medium tiles, you decide, in fact. If you spend only one action and you enter the tile, you become spotted. If you spend 2 actions by entering the tile, you remain stealthy. Okay? So I think that's it for the tiles, for the movement. I think it's okay for that. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can, of course, so the actions you can do is moving. So you have 3 actions per turn. Moving is 1 action. Shooting is 1 action. Most of the actions cost only 1 action. I'm just taking my glasses to check other things we have here. You have some equipment in the game, so we'll see that later. But you can, for example, grab TNT. You can place a TNT charge on the tile, and then you decide when you will blow it up. So you can create traps like this. And the one thing we love to do is you can use a crowbar to barricade an enemy entrance, like this one. So you place a crowbar on this. Enemies will stack behind the door, like in all good commando movies. And when there are 4 enemies or more, they destroy the barricade and they enter the tile. And then if you place the TNT here, you can blow it up and kill all the enemies when they enter. So you can create funny stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, of course, you use the TNT to destroy your objective, like we have to do on this one. You have doors, so the doors, you can shoot the door with your gun or open it with a crowbar silently. So if you have a crowbar in your equipment, for example, the scout here, he has a crowbar, he starts with a crowbar. You have your starting equipment drawn on the card like this, like a transparent token, so you just place a token. The sapper starts with 2 TNTs, so if you have to blow up things, you can use a TNT. You also have a grenade, so grenade is just like a powerful gun, but it's the same shooting rules as a gun. What else do we have? You can, one important thing you can do in the game, and it's a very tactical thing, is that you can save one of your 3 actions and to use it later. So in this case, you pick up a token like this and you place it in this space of your commando card, and then you have 1 action left to play this turn or during the enemy's turn or later in another turn. And it's very powerful because you can react to the enemies, you can even ambush the enemies. If you have 1 action and you see that enemies are going to enter your tile, and then you should roll a dice for a detection test, then you can shoot them before they move. Or you can use this action to move out the tile and go hide yourself on another place. So it's very powerful, and you can do very clever things. Combining your actions with all the commandos is very cool. So each commando has, of course, special abilities. The scout on this side spends less actions to move on the tiles. So when the scout enters a medium tile, he just spends 1 action and remains stealthy. And when the scout enters a large tile, he can spend 2 actions to remain stealthy. So it's the only commando that can move on a tile and remain stealthy. So he is a stealthy guy, of course. There is also equipment token, which is an enemy uniform. So you can disguise as an enemy And when you are disguised as an enemy, you can also move more easily on the tiles to be more stealthy. The ability of the sapper is pretty basic. He can, for the action, he can place a TNT charge. So his bonus is mostly on his starting equipment. And the officer on this side has a silent gun, and he can do a special attack. I will not go into detail, but in fact, he can spend 2 actions, and all the commandos on the map can shoot for free. So it's kind of an assault. And in this one is interesting tactically because he has to play last. Everybody commando takes position, and then they do a big assault all together. So it can be very cool. I think I didn't talk about of course the game turn. So game turn start with drawing an event card. We'll see that later. Then the commandos play their actions. Then the enemies play their actions, and then we start a new turn. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, the big idea of the game. One combat thing you can do, if a commando succeeded like I did a few minutes ago, if you manage to be on the same tile as an enemy without being spotted, you can use your knife and kill him silently automatically. So you don't roll any die, you just eliminate him. So it's a very powerful attack, but you can only do it if you're stealthy. I think we did the turn. Maybe I can do a quick overview of the map. You can see here, this is this token here is I forget the name of the game, but it's you can use this trapdoor to enter a map or exit a map. So this one is open, so we do not have the choice for this level. We will all enter on this tile. If this one is locked, is closed, we can go here, spend 1 action and flip it, and we can exit through this trapdoor. If we played on 2 maps on parallel, which is something you can do in the game, sometimes you have to split your commandos. One team is on a map and one team is on another one. You can then use these traps to move from one level to the other. So when the first team completes his objectives, for example, he can join the remaining commandos on the other map and then complete the second map altogether. And I think I covered almost everything. You have the doors, I explained it, the alarms, the enemy entrances. So on this map we have 4 enemy entrances. When the alarm is activated, we simply flip the token to remember that we have to add 2 enemies instead of 1 on each map. So we'll draw 2 tokens instead of 1. And on this scenario, so the game is done like this. You have several operations like this one. The operation tells you which levels you have to use. And you have 26 levels in the game, so you have a lot of different scenarios only in the core box. And today we're going to start with the shipyard, which is the first mission to do for this operation. And when it will be completed, it will unlock the 2 next levels, and then we'll go. We should play these ones. So maybe we're going to start.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so as I said, we start by drawing an event card, excuse me. Oh, it's not good. So I try to pick 1 card. Yes.
There we go.
And flip it.
All right, here we go.
Yes. So this one says, you're okay, soldier, it's just a flesh wound. So during this turn, 1 injured commando, not in critical condition, removes okay, so if you had an injury, for example, I take the scout. If this token was on the other side, it would be an injury. And injuries make you lose actions. So if the scout was injured, he would play only with 2 actions. So, but we don't have any injured commandos, so we will just ignore this event. And then we can start to play. So, as I said, we have to spend 2 actions to enter a medium tile and stay stealth. So I will spend 2 actions with the officer and then move him to this tile. We have an open door here. So I will do the same with the sapper. And the scout, if you remember, does only need to spend 1 action to stay stealthy on this medium tile. So 1, 2, and I think I will save 1 action for him.
Nice.
Okay, so we are done with the enemy's turn. It's pretty calm for the moment. Now we're going to play the enemy's turn. So enemy's turn is divided in 3 steps. The first one is enemies will enter on the... I'm going to place them. So I had 1 enemy on each tile in contact with an enemy entrance. And 1 here. Okay, so that's good. I can explain that. So we have different type of enemies. Enemies, the number of dice the enemy roll when they shoot is on their token. So this one has just a Mauser rifle, so it just shoots with 1 die. Enemies equipped with MP40 shoot with two dice, as you can see on their token. We also have this kind of enemies with a sledgehammer, which these guys are when they are on the map, they shoot like other soldiers, but when they are locked behind an entrance barricaded, they are stronger. They count as 2 enemies to destroy the barricade. So, but when they are on the map, it's just a standard enemy. And as you can see, we draw a 0 enemy token. Okay. When you draw a token like that, you remove it from play. So we're going to place it. We're going to place it here, and you add a special enemy unit. You see, those ones shoot with 3 dice, and they have a black border, so they are stronger.
So it makes the game kind of get harder, basically, as time goes on, because you're going to be adding.
Exactly. They're stronger.
Yep.
So the more you play, the more the game becomes difficult, but only in a simple way. And at the beginning, it's easy. So first they come in, then they move. They always move toward the direction of the nearest visible commando. Most of the time, we don't have any visible commandos like currently. So they move. In this case, they move in the direction indicated at the bottom of the event we draw at the beginning of the turn, which means you can anticipate where they're patrolling. It's a simple way to be realistic. If they're doing a patrol, you can anticipate where they're moving. Yeah. So they try to go north, and they move through the locked doors. So this guy can go here. The others cannot move north because they have walls. And when you have an enemy on a token like this, on a triangular token, he will never move because he protects the objective or he protects the alarm. So these guys will not move. So we're done with the enemy movement. And then the third step, of course, is shooting, but they don't shoot because we are not visible. So we're ready to start a new turn. So as you can see, the game is pretty quick. You can play a game like this in 25 minutes. So it can be very fast. But sometimes it becomes really much more tactical. It becomes more tactical and more complicated, of course, the more you go into the mission.
Yep.
So this one, so I draw a new event. Secure that door. So once during the turn, by giving 3 of the equipment token to the resistance, one commando may pick up a crowbar token in the equipment reserve and barricade an enemy entrance in his level. So this is an interesting one. We could discard 3 of our equipment and draw a crowbar and place it anywhere on the map, on the level. Okay, and there we can start to think. Would it be interesting? What are we going to do? Maybe we should all go there, and go here and there, and try to destroy. We have to destroy these 2 objectives and then get out. You could also decide to split, but it's more risky. It's faster, but it's more risky. So I think I'm not sure we're going to do this. I think we're going to keep our equipment tokens because we don't have that much equipment.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm going to do this. So this guy, as a silent weapon. Okay, so I move it twice, so he spent 2 actions, and he will use his third action to shoot the door. Shooting the door will open it, and as he has a silent weapon, he can open the door silently.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. We could have done the same thing with the scout and his crowbar. He could have moved 2 tiles and then spend his third action to crowbar the door. And then I will move the sapper here and give him a +1 action token also.
So you're giving the sapper +1.
Yeah. And then we can. This I forgot to. He had 1 action remaining. The scout. I forgot.
And the +1.
And the +1. So the scout could try to enter this. Maybe we can do it just for fun. Okay. So he could use his third action and the +1 to try a silent move on this tile. Remember that it's an exception. It's only the scout can do that. So he spent 2 actions to enter a large tile. He should remain stealthy. But as there are 2 enemies, he has to roll 2 dice, 2 detection dice to see if he's visible. So we roll 1, it's okay.
Oh.
It's a 3, so it's okay. And we roll a second time, it's a 6, it's okay, yes. So he spent his +1 action, but now he's stealthy on this tile. Then I'm gonna check the event card. The event card, maybe it could be a good idea to secure the door, to put a crowbar on this door using the event card, at the beginning. That way no new enemies will enter, and then we don't have any risk to be spotted. You follow me? Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So I think we're gonna discard the crowbar, because we have the officers that can open doors silently with his gun. We're going to throw away the grenade because we don't need the grenade. And it's not easy because if we throw a TNT, we will only have 1 TNT to place here, but we will probably not have TNTs here. So, do we do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Because,
risky.
Yes, it's risky. So, okay. I go back. Let's keep the tokens, and then we're going to try our luck and see what happens.
Try our luck again, yeah.
Okay. If it turns bad, we still have the sapper here, which is ready to shoot on this tile with 3 dice if necessary. The shooting rule is pretty basic. You can shoot any tile in contact only. So, for example, the sapper here can shoot the large tile. He can shoot on this tile, of course, and he can shoot on this tile only. But there is no line of sight or complicated things like that. So let's go for the enemies. So reinforcement, we have... Oh, we're lucky.
Yeah, that
no
is...
enemy. Okay, no enemy. Nice. And elite.
Ooh.
Another one without enemies, and an enemy here. So I remove the 2 like this. I add 2 elites in the bag, and then yes, we're really lucky. They try to move. They move north another time. So this guy moves through the door and goes there, and that's it.
Yeah. Because I guess if they had moved west, if they had moved west,
it would have been bad for me.
Yeah.
But I anticipated it because I checked.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No, so it's important there is not that much luck in the game. Of course there is luck, but you can anticipate and plan many things.
Yeah. If let's say he was still in here maybe, and this guy, like, if the room's already filled, how does that affect the move? I'm guessing the guys just don't move.
Yes, you have 4 spaces on the small tiles, 8 spaces on the medium, and 16 on the large.
4, okay.
So
yeah, let's say he was like this, and it's a west.
If this guy comes, Well, one guy has to stay, you remember, on to protect the objective, but the other one comes, and then we have to roll a die for each commando. Each commando has to roll one die to see if he's spotted.
Okay. So
it's very, very risky.
Yeah, and then I assume, like, if it was this scenario or this situation, and then these 4 guys are moving, or 3 guys, because he moves west, he has to check. And then, and then check again.
He has to check for the 3 enemies that came in, so you have to roll 3 dice.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
But thankfully, that's not the case.
No, that's not the case. But I planned it. I didn't say it, but I planned it. Yeah. It's not random. Okay. I saw that they wouldn't come, and then maybe we can just play the commando's turn to finish and play the TNT, and maybe we can stop. But so now the scout is on the right position to spend 1 action and kill this guy.
Yep. Nice.
With his knife, okay? Spend a second action to kill this one, and then he can save an action. And save an action allows him to let the others do stuff, and then he can play his third action later. Okay? So I kill 2 enemies. When you kill an enemy, the good news is that you draw equipment. Yeah. So this is a crowbar. So any commando on the tile can pick it up for 0 action. It shouldn't be red, but it's a detail. It's red if you place it on a door like this.
Oh, got it.
So blue tokens can be used anytime you want, but if you place it on the red side on the map, then you cannot pick it up.
Got it.
And the green tokens are discarded after use. Of course, a TNT grenade, you can only use it once. And this one is a funny one. It's an airstrike. So you just target a tile, an outdoor tile, so without walls. You can even target another level. So you can if you're playing on a level, you can help the other commandos on the other level and throw an airstrike on a tile, on an outdoor tile.
That sounds fun.
And then you roll 4 dice.
Nice.
So it's this is cool. So I mean, the scout spent 2 actions, but this guy can't. No, maybe we're gonna move this one first. Yes. So this one moves here for 1 action. Shoot the door to open it for a second action, and then he should save an action. Yes. Then I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but maybe this one can move here, of course. It's 1 action. He plays his TNT here for 0 action because he's a sapper, so it's a free action for him. One thing he could do, for example, he could throw a grenade. The grenade activates the alarm, but you don't have the eye symbol on the token. I don't know if you can zoom on the token enough, but the token only have alarm symbol. It means that when you throw a grenade, it triggers the alarm, but the sapper does not become visible. So he could, for example, let's do it for fun.
Let's do it. Yeah, I want to do it.
We throw a grenade on this tile, okay? And then the rule is pretty straightforward to know if you shoot someone or not. The large tiles, you have to do 2 plus to kill 1 guy on the tile. Okay? Because it's a big open space, it's very easy to shoot someone. If you attack on a small tile, it's 4 plus, and if you shoot on a medium tile, it's 3 plus. So a commando on a large tile is it's very, very risky if you're being shot. Yeah. But it's very good to shoot the enemies. It's perfect. So let's go and roll the dice. So first eliminated. So you choose which enemy you eliminate.
Okay.
So of course I choose the stronger one.
Good.
I just try to avoid 1, but it should be okay.
Nice. There we go.
Okay.
Cleared it out.
Yes, we clean all the time. So we should place, we should play a lot of equipment, grenade, another crowbar. This one. This is a funny one. I have to. Oh, good. So in fact, I dropped the 2 super weapons of the Germans. So you can use STG-44, which roll 3 dice when you shoot. So it's a powerful weapon. But also you have the NG-42, which is the strongest weapon of the game. But you only have 1 token in the bag.
Okay.
So you have 70 tokens, and when you draw this one, it's your lucky day. So it seems like a mission that should, continue
at this point,
with huge success. Yes. So it's So yes, I think that's okay for demo. I think it gives you a good overview of the game.
What was the white rectangle around the dice or the squares?
It means that there is a special rule for this weapon. So you have to check on the rules. It's not just rolling the dice. You have a special rules for this one.
Oh, okay. What is do you know off the top?
The special rule for this one is that you cannot use it and then give it to another commando that can continue to use it. Because picking up or giving action is free, so it would be too powerful if you could do that.
Yep, makes sense. Cool.
Okay, and I can also maybe just show this because this is cool too.
Yeah.
This is a NG42 nest. So at the beginning you always have an enemy because it's a triangular token. But when you kill him, you can go in the nest, and then you can use the NG42 in the nest. And in the nest, you can see that it's a very good cover because you can only be hit by a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
But this is also a tactical position you can try to reach, and then one commando in this place can kill a lot of enemies.
Also very reminds me a lot again of the Medal of Honor or the original Call of Duty on PC where you take over the enemy machine gun, and then you have like those few moments of where you're shooting.
Yes. Yeah. So I really try to get all these funny actions you can do in video games or movies, and try to place it in the game. But I also want to say that the game is very historically accurate. We did a lot of research for the equipment, for the weapon, for all the situations. Most of the events in the games or most of the operations are based on real events.
Okay. Yep.
And I think it's very important. So people who really love World War II are really into this. We should find a lot of things they like in the game.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you mentioned that because I remember maybe it was in the rule book or talks kind of about how the commandos, these missions aren't really popularized in at least in American folklore. Like you don't really know, you don't hear a lot about the missions that are in this game because they were at the time obviously kind of secretive. It's not like D-Day, which everyone knows D-Day because that was a big huge thing, but there was a lot of other small things going on that were very important. And I think that's I'm glad.
And a lot of people, for example, ignore that commandos prevented the Germans to create the atomic bomb.
Okay.
So this is something. This is one of the missions you have in the game. You have to destroy a factory. Yes, and most of the missions are based on real events, or sometimes based on plans the commando had, and they decided to do another plan. But in the game, we do the original plan because it's cool. Okay. So. Yes, I think I covered most of the gameplay.
Good.
And if you have any questions or
definitely. Any questions for gameplay in the comments section of the video? Please post there, and I can definitely try to get in contact with Thibaut and ask him for the answer to the question. Or obviously reach out to Triton Noir directly. And one thing too that I wanted to point out because maybe World War II isn't one of your favorite themes, but they also have an Assassin's Creed version. I would say maybe not version, but inspired game.
It's based on the same engine, if we can say, but we really improved it and did many changes. So it's really an Assassin's Creed game. But if you like this kind of gameplay, you will most probably like the Assassin's Creed game we developed. Yeah. But it's a much bigger game. It's a campaign game, so you do not play small missions like in V-Commandos. But it's also cooperative and stealth. Yes, definitely.
Yep. So, I guess any other aspects about the V-Sabotage Deluxe campaign that you wanted to throw in, Thibaut? Maybe estimated delivery times,
we can give a quick update.
Okay.
A quick update. It's good news because we announced last week that the stock has reached the QML warehouse in the US.
Okay.
So delivery will start, I think, August 8th.
Okay, good. So, I'm excited for my copy.
It's the right time to ask this question. We had some difficulties with the boat. Yeah, the two issues that generated delays, but no, it's here, and we are really happy. Yes.
No, I mean, if I had $1 for all the logistic issues I've seen board game Kickstarter campaigns going through, I would be able to retire at this point. So I'm very happy to hear that you were able to get the games at least to the US. So that's good to hear. And
yes, we're really happy.
So I mean, is there a new project in the works that you are working on, or in the works that you are able to share, or is nothing?
We are working on a new project, but we didn't talk about it.
Okay,
it's too early. So maybe cool. after summer, we are planning a new campaign at the beginning of 2023.
Perfect. Okay.
Next year.
Well, definitely stay in touch with Triton Noir if this game sounds exciting to you. Again, check out the Kickstarter page to learn more about the game and a lot more, the rule book, I'm guessing. Yeah. Is the rule book?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can find the rule book on BGG or on our website. And also maybe one thing I can say for the people who missed the campaign, all the stretch goals are included in the pre-order boxes, so it's the same version. We just offered for free some content during the campaign, so no, you just have to pay for it, but you have all the stretch goals and all the bonuses. Yeah.
Great. Well, with that said, thanks so much for sharing the game with us, Thibaut. I'm obviously very excited about this game. We covered all the things that I appreciated about the game. How fast it plays, first of all, the fact it's a cooperative game. I'm a big fan of cooperative games, so that goes without saying. That's something that would appeal to me on this game. The variety of characters you have, the variety of weapons, the variety of missions. You touched on that, but that's what really attracted me to this game. Honestly, was just wow. There's so many different missions with so many unique objectives. And it's very thematic, as we talked about too. It really evokes all the different aspects of what you would think a commando would be dealing with in a mission, whether it's the alarms going off, whether it's trying to, lock a door from enemies getting in, whether it's trying to burst through a door, setting off explosions, climbing through secret entrances. And it's got everything you would imagine a game like this should have, which is nice for a change when you play a game and say, wow, this is what I expect it to be. So great work. Yeah, I mean, I wish the best for the game and, of course, Triton Noir in general, and appreciate the time. And with that said, thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And with that said, I'm Nick from Talking Cardboard, and hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, guys.
All right.